All right, we're back from our 1 week vacation, and we went into Vermont, New Hampshire, and then we finally went to Maine. Spent quite a few days, 6 or 7 days down there. Nice, beautiful weather, not too hot, not cold at all. And we're back home. We got home around 1 o'clock in the morning 2 nights ago, and I was tired yesterday, but I don't usually stay up that late anymore. What I gotta do today is install our lights. This has been on kind of the back burner, this gatepost job, so I just measured that as 3 inches. So I just brought a pair of cheap calipers here, vernier calipers. It's exactly 3 inches, right on the money. And I thought they were smaller than that. I thought I was gonna have to make an adapter, but I think I might be able to make something work with what I've got. I got some plastic water pipe from the irrigation system we installed. Little bits and pieces that are left over. I don't have anything steel that's that diameter, so the plan is today is to install the 2 lights, and then I'm gonna have to go get some more parts and stuff. I gotta put a little junction box down there, turn that wire into the ground. We're gonna put a connection with, and that's not underground wire, that's above ground wire. So I'm gonna buy the underground wire, or there's no power out here yet. We gotta run either in the ground. And I was actually thinking of trenching it all the way back to the house with the backhoe. I bought a trenching bucket just before I went on, like about a month ago now. Haven't used it yet. I haven't even put it on the backhoe. My original plan was to install the wire up on the pole, but I don't think that's a good idea, because the trees are going to knock. It's going to break, you know. Trees are going to hit it and it's going to break it. It's already happened. This right there, a big tree fell, took out the wire once, and then over here, it seemed like about once every 3 years, 2-3 years, a tree hit the wire. Now we're at the point now where there's not many trees big enough to take out the wire, except for these healthy maples, which I hope never fall. There's no plan to cut them down. When we bought this land, it was not developed yet. It was just a forest. It was just like what you're looking at here. It was just a bush like that, just trees everywhere. You couldn't even walk through here. You had to bring a machete and a chainsaw. So I had my bulldozer operator guy make these curves. I tagged these trees. These trees were tiny. They're about maybe 4 inches, maybe 5 inches. So there's 3 of them. There's this one, the one we just walked by, and the one over here. And I said, we'll curve the road right between these 3 trees. And there was this one over here. This one has, I don't think it's gotten much bigger really. It's starting to pour rain right now. That's why I'm home. We're supposed to spread topsoil today, but I can't do that in rain. And yeah, so we built the road in here. It's the first big project we did in here. I got to about this point. I got to actually this 3rd tree, and we ran out of rock. The city gave us a bunch of loads. I got about 20 or 25 loads from the city. So it ended right here for about a year, 6 months or a year. We bought the property in 2001. I think I built that road in 2002 or 3. Could have been 2003. I don't remember now. And then in 2004, we built the house. We started construction in the end of the summer. So I think it was October. It was about a month too late. So then I was scrounging around, and I had different people tell me it was going to cost me $20,000 to build a road. So I got to this point right here. We were right about here somewhere, with free rock. I didn't pay for any loads. I just paid for the bulldozer to level it because I couldn't do it. I was working all the time. So he scraped out all the topsoil down to the clay, and he pushed loads in with, I can't remember if the trucks were showing up when he was here. Anyway, from this point right to the garage, about 50 feet from the garage, it just so happened the planets aligned that day. I stopped. There was a contractor digging a gas line about a mile from here, like literally less than 2 miles for sure. And he had one lane of traffic there because he had one lane closed. He had two-way flagman, and I had a big float trailer on the truck, and I had 4 guys in the crew cab with me, and then I stopped the truck dead on the road, right in the freaking block, the whole road. Got out, talked to the guy, foreman on the job, and I said, "Listen, I need rock." Oh, he says, "I got a list of guys that have rock." And I said, "Well, you can see my property from here. If it wasn't for the trees, you'd see my property. That's how close I am." I got a piece of paper out of the truck, wrote down my name and my phone number, handed it to him, and then I left, went back, started working again. And I got a call the next day, and the bulldozer was a D3 here that day, and what he was doing was carving out the topsoil to make this road from here on in, because the plan was to build the next year and we had to have the road built. We couldn't do it without the road. So the trucks were showing up here. I think we got 70 loads of rock that day. It was one of the happiest days I had that year. And the road was built. We were about 40 feet short from the garage, the front doors of the garage, where the house was going to be. But, you know, we got from, that was 600 feet from the road back there to 40 feet from the garage with very little cost. It was not much, just one day for the bulldozer. So that was great. But it was a lot of work. I don't know how many times I got stuck in here that winter with the truck plowing the snow. That first winter plowing this driveway, it was not like it is right now. It was rough. There's tree stumps and holes and bumps and big rocks all along the edges. It didn't look like it does now. I've worked on it ever since. As a matter of fact, 2020, I cleared all that back. That was all trees right out to the edge of the road. And I ripped all the trees out. I pulled all the big rock that got dumped there and it was sticking up. It would hit with the lawnmower, and I made some extra parking over at the back of the property. And then I put topsoil there and I leveled it, and now we're able to cut the grass. So that's the look. It took me till 2020, so it took almost 20 years, 18 years to get grass on both sides of the driveway all the way out to the road. Took, yeah, 18 years. So it's pouring rain right now. I'm gonna go get I got a piece of water pipe I'm gonna use for those lights to see if they'll fit in that hole. But that's a little story. And in 2020, that's 3 years ago, we had the pandemic. I had a neighbor over here helping. I gave him a bunch of firewood. The trees had fallen down in this area, and he asked me, he said, "Randy, how did you have the vision?" And I said, "What do you mean?" "Well, how did you have the vision to build this road and build your house where it is and everything's the way it is?" And I said, "Vision? It wasn't a vision, it was a nightmare." Yeah, I guess I did have a little bit of vision. My wife and I, we had a little bit of vision. The vision is disappearing again. It's all grown up in buckthorn and junk. So this fall, that'll be all, I think we're going to clear everything out of there. The dead elm tree. There's a live elm over there. I'm going to leave that one. So that's a little story about how I got to where I am right now. Thanks for watching.